And this is a mystery box.
Or the mystery box.
What's in the box?
Mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat.
Okay, we are back. We're going to finish off Long Box 2. My sister Martha shipped me my dad's comic book collection so that my folks would have more space in their house. And we're just going to get into it. In the last episode, we found some old Thor. We're looking for the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill. So, with all that in mind, we're going to get started here. Grab a stack. And it looks like we're going to start off with some Iron Man. First appearance maybe of Dominic Fortune. I have no idea who that is, so I doubt very much there's any value there. I've said before, I really don't know a lot about old Iron Man, so no clue with these. Here we go. More Walt Simonson Thor. I think we actually already found this one. This might be a duplicate. Some old Wolverine. This is cool. So this is New Mutants 64. There is a significant chip out of the cover up here. I can't tell if that's fully out or yep, it's just ripped and folded over. Still a bummer. But the resurrection of Cypher. Cypher was a fun character. I liked him a lot because I like, I won't say bad heroes, but like not great heroes. His mutant ability was that he spoke every language. So no I-beams, no combat ability. Some uncanny X-Men. Spider-Man with the Hobgoblin. Anyway, he died. Cypher died, and he was resurrected by the techno-organic organism. Oh, here we go. Yep, this is great. So, in the last video, we found 1 and 2 of the Green Arrow Limited Run, and here we have 3 and 4. Full series. Might pull that out and read it. Ooh, this is cool. Okay, so Iron Man, that's great, whatever. This is Mighty Thor 338. This is not the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, but this is where Thor and Beta Ray Bill fight. I think the first appearance is 336. That's the issue that we're looking for. But that's still really fun. 340, here they are fighting the Minions of Hell, I believe. Ooh, cool. Another copy of 339. In the last video we found out this was the first appearance of Stormbringer. After Thor gets his hammer back, Odin makes Beta Ray Bill a new one. Namor. Later Hulk versus Ulik the Troll. Shanghai. What is this? Eternity Comics. No idea what that is. More Green Arrow with Black Canary. Spider-Man 2099. Fun appearance of him in the Spider-Verse movie at the end. Some Conan, Silver Surfer, and Warlock. Thor. Alien Worlds with a butt. Daredevil, X-Force, very 90s, lots of pouches, giant guns, more Alien Worlds, no butt, New Mutants 55. Alright, let's keep going. This has been a good box so far. Not as good as that first box, but still pretty good. This is more of Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams' Green Lantern and Green Arrow. Another reprint, it feels like. This feels like another 2 issues. Thor versus Fin Fang Foom. More Thor. The Savage She-Hulk. This is a great character. I really like her. More Thor. Here's the 25th anniversary cover for Thor with his beard. Here's Thor, looks like the Wrecker back there. Yep. Next issue. 372. This is kind of interesting. This is the Vision and the Scarlet Witch 12-issue limited series. We might see some of this in WandaVision on Netflix. Looks like we've got issue 1 and 2. Thor Annual. Oh, I thought this was an older Thor for a second. I think it's just the cover design makes it look at Thor with Hercules. Balder the Brave. Oop, we've got a conversation going on in the background. West Coast Avengers. Thor 362. This is the Executioner, played by Karl Urban in Thor Ragnarok. One of my favorite characters in this whole run, because he has that redemption arc. He starts out as a bad guy and ultimately redeems himself. This is great. We're getting a lot of these Walt Simonson Thor comics. Maybe we'll do a video on the whole run. Yeah, a couple duplicates in here. This is considered by a lot of people, myself included, to be basically the best Thor run ever. I think Jason Aaron gave it a real run for its money with the God Butcher. But for my money, there's just no beating Simonson. Ooh, look at that cover. How cool is that? Incredible Hulk. That's great. Some more older Iron Man. And more old Iron Man. Okay. Yeah, we can still finish this box. It's going to be a little bit of a longer episode. Quest Probe featuring the Hulk. I have no idea what that is. It looks like Bill Mantlo is part of it. He created Rocket Raccoon, I think. Mighty Thor. More Thor. Hulk. This is great. I love these. Walt Simonson really brought a ton of the Nordic stuff to the forefront. Ooh, another copy of 338. We're still dancing around 336. Maybe we'll find it in here. That'd be pretty great. West Coast Avengers with Moon Knight. He was on the team for a while. We've talked about Moon Knight a little bit. Thor. Here's more of that Hercules Prince of Power series. That's pretty great. I think this might be the ongoing. I think there's the limited run here, and then there's the ongoing. More Savage She-Hulk. In bad condition. Lots of dings on the spine here. Ooh, we did it. We did it. It's X-Men #1. I can't remember if we have seen this cover or not yet. Maybe we have 3 out of 4. Maybe we still have 2 out of 4 and a duplicate. Here's a Hulk, guest starring X Factor. Nothing too crazy jumping out at me yet, but maybe we'll have some secret finds. Iron Man, Punisher, Incredible Hulk, 25th anniversary Hulk cover. I like this cover a lot. Hulk versus Doctor Strange. That's cool. Daredevil and the Owl. Bullet for Punisher. What if Invisible Girl had married the Submariner? Magic. This is a great limited series. Magic was Colossus's little sister, and she was in the New Mutants. And in this series, she gets teleported to this demon realm where she learns how to use magic. But all sorts of terrible stuff happens to her. This is number 3 in a 4-issue limited series. Hopefully, we'll find 1, 2, and 4. I don't think they're particularly valuable, but Excalibur, I think we talked about them before. This is the British X-Men. What if the Invisible Girl had died? Banged up, super banged up. Top cover here is bent over, lots of creases. That's a bummer. Some random DC, the Batman Chronicles. Ooh, more Hercules. Here's Hulk versus Rom. I think that's Rom. Another What If. What if the Hulk went berserk? I love a lot of these old Hulk covers. Look at that. Just great. Here we have some Spider-Man with Cloak and Dagger. Thor. More Spider-Man with Cloak and Dagger. These are really banged up too. Hercules, and Thor 341. So we didn't find first appearance of Beta Ray Bill in that box, but we have only done 2 out of 7 long boxes, so there is plenty of time to find it. I'm going to do some research on these. Hopefully we find some good ones. I don't know. We'll be back if I didn't. Alright, we're back doing the wrap-up for our second long box. There was some really interesting stuff in this box, and I didn't expect it. Going through it, I really didn't see anything that caught my attention, but there is some fun stuff to talk about, so I'm going to jump right into it. We're going to start with Alien Worlds 1 and 2. Normally when I see these third-party vendors that aren't Image, I just expect them to be $1 or $2. I found both of these listed for $10. I don't know if they're worth that in this condition. You can see that neither of them are in bags, but it's still kind of interesting. You know, made me check my expectations a little bit. These are, you know, sci-fi story anthology type things, which is right up my alley. So I'm probably going to read these on my own. But additionally, just good to sort of check my biases a little bit. Surprised to see these listed for so much. Next up we have the one Uncanny X-Men issue in this box we'll talk about. Normally we talk about Uncanny X-Men a lot, just because there's so many in this collection. But Uncanny X-Men 184, this is the first appearance of a character named Forge. So kind of a key issue, but not really. Forge isn't a super popular character. He's a mutant with the ability to do... He, like, builds things. He is a super good engineer. And can, you know, build gadgets really quickly. I can't remember the last time I saw him, so I don't even know if he's still around as a character. Next up, we've got She-Hulk 24 and 25. These are the last 2 issues in the series. Like I mentioned, 25 is a little banged up, lots of dings along the spine, which is a bummer. You see that a lot with black covers like this, because the paper quality wasn't super great. The ink quality wasn't super great. Any sort of bend kind of really shows on a black cover. So not great quality, but cool to have these. These are the last 2 issues of the first run. And they can be listed kind of high, not super high. Next we'll do some Hulk comics. So we've got 293, 300, and 337. None of these are key issues. They're all just listed higher than the issues around them. And for 293 at least, I couldn't figure out why. I don't know if this is the first time the Hulk fought the Thing, which is like an ongoing battle that comes up every now and then. Couldn't explain it. Just listed higher than anything else. 300, obviously it's 300. It's a large issue. There's tons of cameos from other heroes. But that being said, there are no introductions, no new characters. It's just the Hulk fighting a bunch of other heroes and going crazy. And then 337, the interior art on 337 is Todd McFarlane. And anything that Todd McFarlane draws typically goes for a little bit more just because he's such a recognizable name and, I mean, a super talented artist. So a little bit extra value on that one. Now, we're going to talk about Thor. And when we talk about Thor, we've got a lot of different things to talk about because there are a lot of issues in here that are worth talking about. So first up, 338. This is the second appearance of Beta Ray Bill, that character that we've talked about a little bit. 339, again, this is a duplicate of the previous issue we found. The first appearance of Stormbringer, Beta Ray Bill's hammer. We have the duplicate of 338 because there's just a bunch of those. And then, kind of interesting, Thor 371 and Thor 372. These were listed higher too. Couldn't figure out why they're not. They don't have any new characters or anything like that, but they do have Judge Peace in them. And this is a send-up of the Judge Dredd character. And I think just because of that, just because of the reference, these are listed a little bit higher. So that's kind of interesting, but it's not the most interesting thing. The most interesting thing about this, when I was talking before about Beta Ray Bill, I mentioned that he could lift up Mjolnir. And as we all know from the Thor movies, only someone worthy can lift Mjolnir. And I started thinking about this. I couldn't remember if Beta Ray Bill was the first person who could pick up Mjolnir, because I knew a couple other people could. I mean, for instance, Captain America. In Endgame, Captain America picks up Mjolnir. Captain America has picked up Mjolnir in the comic books. And so I couldn't remember if he did that before Beta Ray Bill did or after. Well, it turns out he did it after, because he did it in Thor 390. This is another one of the Thor issues we found, so we've got this theme of other people lifting up Thor's hammer. Now, this comic book is currently listed online, quite a bit higher than surrounding issues, I think because it's the first issue that Captain America lifts Mjolnir. And I would be willing to bet that the price of this skyrocketed after Endgame. I think seeing that on film drove a lot of interest in the moment that it happened in the comic books. So I don't have any hard data on that. I don't have, I haven't tracked the numbers, but I think it's a pretty safe bet that after Endgame release, the value went up on this guy. So that's it for this episode. That's it for the second box. When we come back, we'll open up a new long box and get into some more comic books. So we will see you then.